Greetings, greetings, greetings. Shout out to all of you wonderful, wonderful deep divers of planet Earth. I woke up like this, all magical and fly. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. How's everybody doing today? I hope your day is going good, deep divers. Shout out to everyone who's in the chat. So I made that video, deep divers, UFO whistleblower. Non-human biologics discovered. What they're not telling you. That video just went viral, deep divers. That video just went viral. So we got a lot to talk about, deep divers. We are not alone, right? We got a lot to talk about. Emergency meeting. Emergency meeting. But first and foremost, let me shout out to everyone who's been getting the #1 best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/thebook, and the good ass prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America, and the latest book of 1111 Infinite Quotes by Ralph Smart, the Bible of Becoming Your Greatest Version. Deep divers. Deep divers. Someday we'll make it on by. Other days. Shout out to everyone who's here. So like I always say, deep divers, we're going to raise the frequency. This video is not about me. When we do emergency meetings, it's never about me. It's about the deep diving community, because I always put out videos, deep divers. I know a lot of you always have a lot to say. You got a lot to say in the comments section. So this is your chance. Leave a comment in the chat. We can talk about it. You got a question. If there's something that you said, there's something that I said, and you're like, wait a minute, Ralph. It's your chance, deep divers. It's your chance. So we're going to start the show. We're going to always start on a high frequency. Give thanks, deep divers. Give thanks. Share this video. Hit that like button. Let's raise the frequency.
Skies pronounce your warning. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Hold on, the floor is caving. Your walls turn into cages. Your with the devil, your power isn't special. We don't fit on your canvas. We burn it all to ashes now. 'Cause we are the outlaws.
Yeah, you've been dancing with the devil. Be careful who you gunning for, cause when it settles, it's only pain and grief when you living lawless. We only chase it if the chance of profit's flawless. We keep our eyes on the weak, they know that they targets. Hunting for goodwill, we ain't looking for bargains. And you should say a prayer, ain't nobody praying for you. Cause if I want it, then it's mine, that's what I'm saying to you. If you faint hearted, you better leave. You try and cross me, then you dead to me. Cause I'm in the business of making enemies. And there's a good chance that you may never leave. You feeling comfortable, you should never be. Cause I'm bringing pain if we should ever meet. Tonight you should really find a light.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. Shout out to all of you wonderful, wonderful deep divers. I hope your day is going good. I hope everyone's day is going good. So first and foremost, it's good to see that video going viral. Infinite waters diving deep. So deep divers, I told you everything. Not only I spoke about, people like Billy Carson, we had him on the show, other people out there, Dr. Greer, bringing this information to the forefront. You had a whistleblower, David Grosh, right? Coming forward in Congress saying, hey, we've seen these non-human biologics. This is huge, deep divers, right? So there are so many things they're not telling you. And we're going to dive into this whole topic because right now, we've got to remind ourselves a massive awakening is happening. A massive awakening is happening on the planet. That's the good news. You know, you got to remind yourself, deep divers, this information, it was never supposed to get out there to the mainstream like it's getting out there to the mainstream. The science fiction is now the science now. That is the good news. So we've got to remind ourselves we're living in phenomenal times. We're living in phenomenal times. So if you don't know the backstory, let me play it for you, deep divers. Once again, hit that like button, hit that super chat, deep divers. Let's start with gratitude. You know, I got to say a thank you to the universe. So I'll just play you the video so we can get up to speed. You let me know what you think. Let's go.
Mr. Gresh, finally, do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years.
UFO whistleblower David Grush claimed that the U.S. government has possession of non-human aircraft during a House hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomenon, commonly known as UFOs.
I know the exact locations, and those locations were provided to the Inspector General, and some of which to the intelligence committees. I actually had the people with the first-hand knowledge provide a protected disclosure to the Inspector General.
He also added that, quote, non-human biologics were found at alleged crash sites, although he did not have first-hand information.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
We have nothing that can stop in midair and go the other direction, nor do we have anything that can, like in our situation, come down from space, hang out for 3 hours, and go back up.
NASA's had it, the Pentagon's had it, every defense department has had it. Turn loose the files. Let's get to the bottom of it. This is just the start.
So that was just to bring you up to speed, deep divers. Like I say, there's so many things happening right now on the planet. You have to really stay awake and aware. You have to stay awake and aware. You also have to remind yourself it's happening for a reason. Now, is it all part of a greater plan to distract you? Perhaps. But you have to remind yourself, when you have whistleblowers like David Grush, he's putting himself at risk, whether it's a lie or not. So you have to commend the bravery, because a lot of these people are coming out and whistleblowing. So deep divers, like I said, we're in truly powerful times right now. Truly, truly powerful times. We've got to remind ourselves right now, we got to come back to who we truly are. That's first and foremost. We have to come back to who we truly are. We also have to start supporting people who are doing the information, sharing the information. There's a reason why I've had people on Infinite Waters. A lot of people. Teal Swan, my good friend. 19 Keys, good brother. Billy Carson. The list goes on and on and on. Because, like I said, people have to be united now more than ever, because a lot is getting ready to take place. And you have to remind yourself, there's nothing to be afraid of. Absolutely nothing to be afraid of. But like I say, deep divers, it shows you the interest in the subconscious mind. When the UFO crashed in Las Vegas, the news was all over it. People were saying, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Right? And why were they saying that? Why were they saying that? Why were they saying that, deep divers? Because it's in the subconscious mind of not millions, billions of people. We are in the last days of the Matrix. This is the reason why so much is happening. Hit the like button, deep dive, and share the video. And like I said, I do these shows because I know a lot of people have a lot to talk about in the comment section. That last video was a masterpiece, only because I'm here to serve the deep divers. I'm here to serve the people who are supporting this show. There are a lot of great people on this platform. That's why I give you the best quality information. At the same time, you must support the show. Like I say, everybody should be hitting that super chat. If you want Infinite Waters to go live, if you enjoy the videos, hit that super chat. Show your appreciation. Show your gratitude. Once again, it's not that I need the super chat. It's to show your support to Infinite Waters. Because like I told you, the inorganic ones, they are sponsored. And that's the reason why they control the Matrix. That's the reason why I've got no problem with the inorganic ones, because they support each other. They support, as wicked as they are, they support each other. That's what I have to respect. But you who say you're awake and aware, are you supporting Infinite Waters? Are you supporting other people who are doing the information? So like I said, I'm going to play a song, hit that super chat. Let's start off the show with gratitude, because that last video went viral. So show your appreciation. We're going to raise the frequency. Let's go.
I will be your shield in the fiercest battle. I'll defend you from all these arrows, and the sword I wield will keep you from danger. Let me be your shield.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just you, me, and the odds. We stuck together, we two peas in a pod. You dealt a bad hand, I'm there seizing the cards. We'll never be separated till we see in the gods. We've been low together, high forever. Long as we go together, we'll die whenever. Be a light, couldn't let the darkness try you ever. Truth in my word, you I lie to never. And when the world gets a little too hard, wipe your eyes, put away your sorrow. When it's war, I'll be leading the charge, and I'll be still fighting for you tomorrow. Yeah, even with a blindfold or in different time zones, could find my way to you with my eyes closed. There's nothing between us. Go to Mars and Venus, stand in front of every one of them rocks they slinging and be a shield.
Be your shield. Yeah. In the fiercest battle, I'll defend you.
I'll defend.
Once again, deep divers, hit that like button, hit that super chat, give thanks. You know, there's a lot of people who are always quick to watch the videos, but are you quick to support? Like I always say, let me shout out to, let's see. Let me shout out to Shakti, the tree. You are appreciated. Thank you, Ralph, for all you do. You're most definitely appreciated. Once again, deep divers, let's start off the show with gratitude. Let's show the inorganic ones that we have support on this channel, because like I say, humanity is in big trouble. And the reason why is because it's forgotten that you have to support people who are doing the work. If you don't, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. Because one thing is, the inorganic ones always support their own. They always have a code of conduct. And this is the reason why they control the matrix. Van, you are appreciated. You are most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you. So we've got to remind ourselves, deep divers, with so much happening on the planet, you have to remind yourself right now, it is about supporting people who are doing the work. Why do you think I've been making videos telling you? Shout out to Spiritual Soul, Soluminati, another good brother, chosen one, very good brother. He was telling you back a few years ago, go and watch his videos. You need to support people like that, because if you don't, they're not going to be around any longer. Go and check out that brother's video, Soluminati, Spiritual Soul. He was telling you, right? So when you have people, Congress talking about this, people have been talking about this years ago. Go and check out the work of Max Egan. Go and check out the work of David Icke. Go and check out the work of David Icke. Do you know who David Icke is? Go and check out his work. Go and check out the work of Phil Valentine. Go and check out the work of Red Pill and Blue Pill. Shout out to those brothers, right? So you got to remind yourself, it's not just me that's talking. There's many other people who are doing the good work, who've been telling you, but you have to support these people. For me, I'm already supported regardless. You see, I put out that video, 30 minutes, it's already gone viral. Over 20,000 views in 4 hours. Over 20,000 views in 4 hours. So for me, it doesn't make a difference to me, but when we go live, not just me, other people, you have to support people who are doing it. Angelic vibrations, you are appreciated. Shout out to Angelic Vibration. Shout out to you. Like I say, that's how we always start. You know, we always have to start with gratitude. We got to start on a high frequency. This is not just about information. This is about support. This is about camaraderie. This is about you showing up to say, hey, I'm riding with you. Right? So when Ralph Smart makes a video, you got to realize I'm not just here to tell you what's going on. I'm here to say, hey, I'm rocking with you. I'm supporting you on your journey. When I'm making a video, how to become your greatest version, I'm supporting you on your journey. I never forget my mentor. You know why? Because without him, I wouldn't be here today. Why is this all important? Because you see, everything ties into community in these days and times, because we're living in a whole new world right now. Where is your community? Where is your community? I've got a lot of people who are supporting me all around the world. I'm going to be good. I got people in Spain, in Mexico, in Ethiopia, in Nigeria. Anywhere I go on this planet, I'm good. People say, Ralph, come into my house. Let me cook for you. Let me give you some food. Let me give you a whole bunch of grapes, right? People have got my back. But I'm here to remind you, every single day, we have to be supporting people who are doing this. We have to be supporting people who are bringing you the information. Every single day. Nafus, Ja, you are appreciated. Just stumbled upon your channel a few minutes ago. The brightest of stars come out at night. We will prevail. Absolutely. Well, we will only prevail with unity. That's the thing. We won't prevail with people not supporting each other. There's a reason why I said, okay, let me put aside my ego. Let me put aside all of that. Let me connect with other people doing this. It's not because I said, okay, I want to talk to these people. No, I said, I want to bring them on this platform to give you another perspective. I spoke to Sadhguru. I spoke to Till Swan. I spoke to 19 Keys, Billy Carson, Max Egan, all of these people over the years to bring you different perspectives and show you what happens when people come together. This is where we are right now, because this is how we're going to turn these things around. This is how we're going to turn the world around. It's not just going to happen through words. Talk is cheap. You got to put your money where your mouth is, and you got to sponsor this war. You see, the Ukraine war, they're getting billions of dollars from the US. The US is sponsoring it. So it's the same thing. If you want the righteous information, you got to sponsor it. You got to sponsor this war, because if you don't, there's not going to be any change. Nardine Miller, you are appreciated. Love you, Ralph. Thank you for all you do. That's what I'm talking about. We got to show appreciation. We got to show gratitude. Like I said, I'm so grateful every single day, because I know that there are so many amazing souls out there who know me. You know, a lot of deep divers, they know me. They've seen me. They've seen me throughout the years. And they say, gosh, Ralph, you're still here. And we've got to remind ourselves we're living in very powerful times. But this is not just about information. Information, I already did that video, 30 minutes. David Grush, UFOs, telling Congress, yes, non-human biologics. Okay, now what? You see, I'm here to give you the information they're not telling you, but I can only give you so much as you give me. I can only share with you so much as you share with me. That's how it works. So like I always say, if you really want to dive deep, you're going to have to support and sponsor this war, because you have to realize, like, a lot of people who make these videos are putting themselves out there. I'm protected. I'm protected everywhere I go, every single second, because I'm a 33, born on March 3rd at 3:03. At the same time, David Grosh couldn't talk about all the information he knew. He had to give people small doses. There's a whole lot of information they're not telling you about. Right? So you have to remind yourself, if you want the information, you're going to have to sponsor the war. You're going to have to support the shows who are spreading truth to power. SW3RV3001, you are appreciated. Shout out to you. I started out from the Caribbean, then I never heard anything about ETs. Then I met many species of ETs before hearing any of my fellow human stories. Then after that, I saw you on YouTube in 2012. You are a great help. See what SW3 said? I saw you on YouTube in 2012. We were talking about all of this. We were talking about all of this that's happening right now on the planet back in 2012. That's over 10 years ago, deep divers. Over 10 years deep. And that's why I always tell you, do your research. Find out where people, where they came from. Did they just start talking yesterday, or have they been doing it? Right? Because that's what it's all about. Shout out to everyone who's here. Hit that like button, deep divers. Share this video. You got a question? Let's talk about it. You got something to say? Let's talk about it. Right? Let's talk about it. We're just warming up, deep divers. We're just warming up. Javier Alvarado, you are appreciated. A new chapter for humanity. Let's wake up, planet. Hey! Absolutely. Let's wake up, planet. Let's wake up, humanity. We have to start affirming the kind of world we want in the universe. Serene Grace in the house. Shout out to you, Serene Grace. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. Shout out to the one like Serene Grace. Much, much appreciated. Much appreciation. Serene Grace, 33. Yes, we are here to show the love. Thank you for always sharing the gems. Always, I support unity, community, and love. I definitely support you. Let's go deep. Diving family. Absolutely. That's what I'm here to do. You know, that's what I'm always here to do. And I want to thank you, Serene Grace, for always supporting Infinite Waters, because that's what this show is about. This show is about me giving flowers to people like Serene Grace, people who have been holding Infinite Waters down. Because like I always say, this is not about information. Infinite Waters hasn't got over 2 million subscribers because of what I'm talking about. It's because of the frequency and the vibration. Drop a bomb for that. It's because of the frequency and the vibration. We have to remind ourselves, and this is the reason why you have to support people who are doing it, because there are a lot of people with a lot of information. He's not the only whistleblower, right? There are people who have been exposing the Matrix for a long time. Back in 2000, back in 1995, even before the film. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It's so real out here, deep divers. How you feeling today? I woke up like this, all magical and shit. Let me shout out to Mr. Chill. You are appreciated. Shout out to all of you. Mr. Chill, thank you. Abundance is a natural state of mind, peace and prosperity. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. So, you know, as we're warming up, deep divers, we can really dive in. So, like I said, this is a very important time on the planet that in Congress, they're talking about UFOs. Something which was hidden for so long is now in the forefront. This is crazy. See, I think a lot of you don't realize that once upon a time, people used to laugh at this stuff. People used to say, hey, this is a conspiracy theory. Now it's safe to say that it's not a conspiracy theory. You know, when you remind yourself that all of this ties back to the ancient origins of humanity, the hidden origins of humanity, this is where this is all leading to. And this is the big secret that's going to be revealed very soon. You see, a lot of people never ask themselves, where did I come from? Do you ever ask yourself that, deep divers? Where did I come from? Right? Do you even want to know where you came from? Children want to know that. They're like, why are we born? Where did we come from? This has been the secret which has been hidden from humanity. And people have that information. They know. And you have to remind yourself that you have to unplug and deprogram your slave mind from the Matrix and realize everything you know or think you know is now up for questioning. You see, it takes a lot of bravery for people to come out and start speaking. It takes a lot of bravery for people to come out and really show you that we've never, ever been alone. We've never, ever been alone. When you remind yourself, deep divers, that we are multidimensional by nature. Human beings are multidimensional by nature. That's our nature. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are multidimensional. We are multidimensional by nature. We are multidimensional by nature. So when you remind yourself every single day that I played you the video, right? And I showed you how tiny planet Earth is. So you can't tell me we're the only intelligent life form in this universe. Are we even intelligent? That's another question. We are the only species that pays to be here. Think about that. I said we're the only species that pays to be here. You got to pay to be alive, deep divers. Even the water they're charging you for. Think about it. Water which is free and abundant, you got to pay for it. Right? Even in Switzerland, you got to pay for air. There are places in Switzerland you got to pay to breathe. Well, I can just get it for free. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency. Raising the vibration. Right? So we got to remind ourselves that planet Earth has turned into a prison planet. And this is the reason why this whole UFO talk is very interesting. Tamara, you are most definitely appreciated. Thank you so much, Tamara. So this is the reason why this UFO talk is very, very interesting. Because for the first time, we're realizing that actually they're bringing this to the forefront for a reason. Now, some people say Ralph is a distraction. Some people say aliens don't exist. Some people say they do exist. What you have to remind yourself of, doesn't matter if they are here or they're not here. It's now embedded in the minds of people. I told you. In the Matrix, Morpheus tells Neo what is real, but electrical signals interpreted by your brain. Anything can be real. Don't you know the metaverse is real for some people? They get plugged in. The I Vision Pro, that headset by Apple, it's reality to people. You know why? Because your sensory perception makes it real. Perception creates reality. Perception creates reality. So you've got to remind yourself, what you believe is a reality. What you believe enough can shape reality. And you have to remind yourself, a lot of people shout out to all of you wonderful deep divers. How you feeling today? You have to remind yourself, so many people are programmed. Let me shout out to Attic. You are appreciated. It's highly important to evolve spiritually, mentally, detach yourself from the matrix. Thanks, Ralph, for your conscious. Hey, you are appreciated. You are most definitely appreciated. So we have to remind ourselves that all of these movies, E.T., all of these movies, they were showing you that Hollywood has already known we're not alone. Do you think they spend hundreds of millions of dollars on these films for just no reason whatsoever? Interstellar, Christopher Nolan, E.T., Steven Spielberg, Stranger Things, Netflix, they're showing you what's actually here. Stranger Things wasn't a Netflix series. It was a documentary. It was a documentary showing you what's already here. Let me play you that video, deep divers, of let me play you some more videos. Let me play you this video of why people like David, who is a former Air Force officer, also, you know, U.S. intelligence, coming out is a brave thing to do. And you have to commend it. Let me play you this video.
Mr. Grush, thank you for being here, brother. Thank you all very much. Have you faced any retaliation or reprisals for any of your testimony or anything on these lines?
Yeah, I have to be careful what I say in detail because there is an open whistleblower reprisal investigation on my behalf, and I don't want to compromise that investigation by providing anything that may help provide somebody information. But it was very brutal and very unfortunate, some of the tactics they used to hurt me both professionally and personally, to be quite frank. Yeah.
It's very unfortunate. As they say, when you're over the target, that's when they do the most firing at you. Do you have any personal knowledge of people who have been harmed or injured in efforts to cover up or conceal these extraterrestrial technology?
Yes. Personally.
Have anyone been murdered that you would think, that you know of or have heard of, I guess?
I have to be careful asking that question. I directed people with that knowledge to the appropriate authorities.
Maybe in a, if we could get in a confidential area, SCIF, we could talk about that. But unfortunately, we were denied access to the SCIF, and that's very unfortunate in this scenario.
So that is huge. Once again, they don't invite anyone into Congress. They don't invite anyone into Congress. To go into Congress and start exposing all of this is happening for a reason, because there is evidence out there. And this is the reason why you want to pay attention to this. You want to pay attention to what's happening. Black Masterminds United, you are appreciated. Blessings, brother. Appreciate all that you do. Hey, you are appreciated. Shout out to all of you deep divers. Hit that like button, share the video. That video I put out went viral on this topic. And that's a sign. That's a sign. That's a sign. Like I told you, it's in the subconscious mind of people. It's in the subconscious mind of people that, hey, we're not alone. John Smooth, Infinite Elevation, you're most definitely appreciated. Peace to you, Ralph. Also like how cells come together to remove parasites on a micro level. We will do the same on the physical level. Earth gives power to all, and every equinox she cleanses her cells. Hey. That was a powerful message right there. So let me play you another video, deep divers. And this video is about, because that whole Congress meeting was it was like 2 hours and more. So let me play you a little highlight of it, what was talked about in that Congress meeting, right? So listen to this.
And we did meet with one member of the flight crew who took the image. The image was of something that I am not able to attach to any human capability, either from the United States or from any of our adversaries. And they saw a sequence of 4 craft in a clear diamond formation for which there is a radar sequence that I alone have observed in the United States Congress. One of the pilots goes to check out that diamond formation and sees a large floating, what I can only describe as an orb. Again, like I said, not of any human capability that I'm aware of. And when he approached, he said that his radar went down. He said that his FLIR system malfunctioned, and that he had to manually take this image from one of the lenses, and it was not automated in collection, as you would typically see in a test mission.
Grush, as a result of your previous government work, have you met with people with direct knowledge or have direct knowledge yourself of non-human origin craft?
Yes, I personally interviewed those individuals.
Mr. Grush, as a result of your previous government work, have you met with people with direct knowledge or have direct knowledge yourself about ATs, advanced technologies that the U.S. government has?
Based on conventional advanced tech, I was briefed to the preponderance of the Defense Department's both space and aerospace compartmented programs. Yeah.
I don't want to cut you off, but
Yeah.
how does a program like that get funded?
I will give you generalities. I can get very specific in a closed session, but misappropriation of funds and
Does that mean
self-fund.
that there is money in the budget that is said to go to a program, but it doesn't, and it goes to something else?
Yes, I have specific knowledge of that. Yep.
Has the U.S. government become aware of actual evidence of extraterrestrial, otherwise unexplained forms of intelligence? And if so, when do you think this first occurred?
I like to use the term non-human. I don't like to denote origin. Keeps the aperture open, both scientifically. Right. Certainly, like I've discussed publicly previously, 1930s.
Do you have any personal knowledge of someone who's possibly been injured working on legacy UAP reverse engineering?
Yes.
Okay. How were they injured? Is it something like a radioactive type situation or something we didn't understand?
You could imagine assessing an unknown unknown. There's a lot of potentialities you can't fully prepare for.
Okay, so deep divers, as you can see, that was a very telling video of first-hand accounts. And this is why I always tell you that right now you have to stay awake and aware of what's happening. You know, they got technology 100 years ahead, 1,000 years ahead of the iPhone in your pocket. And you've got to remind yourself, all of a sudden, this technology came from nowhere. You see, if you study history, which I do, you realize that after the Renaissance in Europe, in fact, during the Dark Ages, there was no technology. Even the Renaissance, no technology. All of the technology is coming with the onset of the electric AC, alternating current Edison. That wasn't long ago, right? 100 years ago or so. So you remind yourself that actually it's only in the last 100 years that you're having all of this technology. Where did it come from? And this is the reason why the more you dive deep, you realize that human beings never had this technology to begin with. It came from somewhere else. And when you remind yourself that we're living in a sea of infinite life forms, and there are planets with far superior technology than planet Earth. They signed deals with governments all around the world and gave them certain technology. And this is the full disclosure that's coming. And this is the reason why it's very important that UFOs, this whole conversation, is now entering the mainstream. We've got to remind ourselves of that. Shout out to all of you deep divers. How are you feeling today? Let me shout out to Country Kid Things. You are appreciated. Thank you for gathering us all again. Every time we gather, the frequency rises. Much gratitude to all that have chosen to add their energy to the live. Absolutely. You know, that's why I do these live shows. The video I just put out already got over 20,000 views in 3 hours. 20,000 views in 3 hours. And that's because this topic is like people know something is about to happen. You know, all of this talk making its way to Congress, now being a part of mainstream conversation. A lot of people have seen it themselves. A lot of people, have you seen UFOs yourself, deep divers? Have you seen these ETs yourself? Let me just show you how small planet Earth is. You know, in the words of Carl Sagan, it's the pale blue dot. It's the pale blue dot. Hit that like button, deep divers, share the video. Oh, we're going to have fun. Hit that like button, share the video. Right? So this is Earth. This is Earth. And I didn't play you the whole video in my regular upload, but in this live, we can play the whole video. So you're going to see the levels to show you that life, alien life, exists everywhere, because Earth is nothing more than a pale blue dot. Look how Big, this is Deep Divers. So Pistol Star, look how giant it is, right? And that's why I told you there's levels to this. Levels upon levels. Look how tiny Earth is compared to this. So this is a supermassive black hole. A supermassive black hole. And you can see, Deep Divers, how massive that is, right? Earth is nowhere to be seen. That's why I told you. Life exists everywhere. UFOs, ETs, aliens, extraterrestrials exists all over the universe. It's just that a lot of people aren't reading the writing on the wall. In the Bible, they talk of the Nephilim. The giants walked the earth and bred with the daughters of earth. They're telling you, right, in all of these texts. Let's continue. So anytime, Deep Divers, you have a lot of problems, just realize where you are compared to the universe, right? It's humbling, right? This video is humbling. It just humbles you to realize there's so much people don't know about. So that's the observable universe, right? So I told you all about the levels upon levels. So this talk of UFOs, the people who are diving deep, you realize that actually, of course it exists. You know, I did the whole breakdown of the film Oppenheimer, right? Which I saw that movie, great film by Christopher Nolan. And Oppenheimer was someone who really brought quantum mechanics to the US. He brought quantum mechanics to the US. And you have to remind yourself that what he realized is that nothing is solid. Everything is actually vibrating. But this goes back to the ancient texts. They realize that everything is not what it seems. And this is the reason why all of these revelations, you're going to start to see more talk of UFOs. You're going to start to see more of the veil lifting, because the truth is, this has always been here. This has always been here. It's written in every single holy text, every single ancient text, whether it's the Bhagavad Gita, whether it's the Quran, whether it's the Bible, whether it's the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Enuma Elish, the Hermetic Principles, the Kabbalion. They're talking about all of these things. They're talking about how reality is not what it seems, right? So I told you that there are Earth-like planets everywhere. This is a big clue that we've never been alone. That's the reason why when you know this information, David doesn't sound crazy. David just seems normal, because it's only common sense that we're not the only intelligent life form on the planet. In the universe, are we even intelligent? That's another question. But look at this. So these are the Earth-like planets. These are the Earth-like planets, right? So I'll just play you this last video, then we can really dive into it. So these are the Earth-like planets. And you see how many of them there are, right? These are showing you the percentage of how similar it is to planet Earth. So this should give you a clue that actually, I wonder what's on that planet. Something must be there. A life form must be there, right? Hit that like button, deep divers, share the video. Hit that like button, deep divers, share the video. Oh, we're diving deep. So just look how many different Earth-like planets there are, right? So let's continue, deep divers. Stop it right there. So TOI Deep Diver 700D, you want to Google this. You want to research this. This is the one they found over a year ago. TOI 700D. They say it's one of the most Earth-like planets ever. It's got water. It's got everything. So something must be there because there's a water source. They can't get to it because it's so far away. They know it exists though. So when you remind yourself, deep divers, you know, this talk of UFOs, all of that, no. We already know we're not the only ones. We've never ever been alone. And this is going to get more into the mainstream. That's why it's a very exciting time right now, because a big awakening is happening. You've been programmed in the matrix. Now it's time to wake up. So KOI 487801, 98% to Earth similarity. This is crazy, deep divers. Have you even heard of that? That's why I always say you got to do your own research. You got to do your own research, right? But I had to bring you that information because I wanted you to see. I wanted you to see that there's so much we haven't been told. You know, Zachariah Sitchin was one of the greatest researchers on extraterrestrials and how they actually played a role in humanity's rise. You see, many people, when you dive deep, you realize that once upon a time, modern humans were like any other animal on this planet. They were Homo habilis, right? Homo habilis. Then they went to Homo erectus. Then they went to Homo sapien. Then they went to Homo sapien sapien. How did that happen? How did it leap? How did it jump? How did human beings almost become creators and godlike? And all the research points back to human beings coming into contact with beings far superior than themselves. And they kind of had a part of the divine in them. They had this mix, part animal, part God. And this is the reason why they show you in Greek mythology. See, a lot of people don't realize that all the secrets, a lot of the secrets are in mythology. Where do you think they got all of those ideas from? Where do you think they had all of these wonderful stories in Greek mythology? It didn't just happen by accident. It happened for a reason, because it's going back to a time far, far long ago into the past when you had half man, half animal, half woman, half animal. In ancient Egypt, you have Bastet, right? The cat goddess. You got different gods who have an animal head, human body. This is showing you what's been happening on this planet. Till this day, they still can't build the pyramids. Till this day, they still can't build the pyramids of Giza. 2.5 million blocks of stone aligned to the 3 stars on Orion's belt. I've been to the pyramids. How did they build that? The pyramids were the highest building in the world until the Eiffel Tower. I said the pyramids were the highest building in the world until the Eiffel Tower. I said, deep divers, the pyramids of Giza were the highest building in the world until the Eiffel Tower. So I told you, when was the Eiffel Tower built? Not too long ago. So how come thousands of years ago they were way ahead than we are right now? And this is because there's more to the story than people know. There's more to the story than people are being told. There's more to the story than people care to think about. Why do you think there's so many distractions in the Matrix? Why do you think there's so many distractions in the Matrix? Let me shout out to Star Phoenix. Star Phoenix, you're most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you. We know so little about the universe around us, and it's fascinating to question and examine occult knowledge. Can we learn more about the universe through Akashic records? That's a great question. That's a really great question. Absolutely. You know, the Akashic records is really the encyclopedia of the world. And there are really 3 types of Akashic records. I've done a whole video on it. I'll do another one. But you have to remind yourself, everything is recorded. So what is the Akashic records? It's this concept, deep divers, that everything is recorded in the universe. Marcus Aurelius even talks about it. He says, what we do now echoes on into eternity. What we do now echoes on into eternity. When you remind yourself, deep divers, that the universe didn't wait until you had an iPhone to start recording. It's been recording you. Why do you think so many people are fascinated with recording stuff and filming stuff and taking pictures and all of these things? It's because that's already been in existence. Technology is just showing what's already been a reality since the dawn of time. Everything is being recorded. That's why you can't run from your deeds and actions. They will always catch up with you. Life will always catch up with you because everything is being recorded. Everything is being stored inside of you and leaving imprints. You know, there's a saying that when someone passes away, that their spirit is still around the place. This concept of ghosts, right, is showing you that spirits are everywhere, right? Because everything is being recorded. We can learn so much through the Akashic records. We can learn that there were lost civilizations, Atlantis, Lemuria, Atlantis. You see, when you have shows like The Little Mermaid, Disney, all of these things, once upon a time, these things were real. When you go back to Atlantis, Lemuria, you had mermaids under the ocean. You had all kind of things. You know, James Cameron was trying to show you in the Avatar 2 and the Avatar 1 that once upon a time, the animals respected human beings so much. You could be tethered to an animal. It could take you to wherever you want to go. You could ride the dragon. Now, animals don't respect human beings. Animals don't respect human beings. You know why? Because you've broken the laws. That's why even the animals don't respect you. You know, snakes. In India till this day, you have people who know how to work with cobras. They play the flute. They do these mantras, affirmations. The snake doesn't bite them. Because they've had to pay homage. They've had to give respect. Alligators. You see, you've been told that alligators, crocodiles are dangerous. No, it's because you're out of sync with their vibration. Even sharks. Sharks don't normally attack human beings. But it's because you're destroying the ocean. You're polluting the ocean. They got no choice. They got no choice but to give you a message. But you see, dolphins are showing you that they're intelligent. Do you know that more of the dolphin's brain is active than a human being's? Dolphins are so intelligent, they save human beings. They help human beings. So same as whales. So once upon a time, all animals were like that. And this is the reason why it's so important right now to have this conversation that we're not alone, to have this emergency meeting. You have to remind yourself, deep divers, that there's so much that's happened on this planet. You will be surprised. But what you have to do every single day is be open-minded. What you have to do every single day is not say, oh, David, what the hell is he talking about? Have a listen to what he's talking about. Have a listen to what other people are talking about who are coming out there and saying, hey, we're seeing these UFOs. Have a listen to other people who have got their ass out of the matrix, because, see, all of this is going to help you. Because, you see, a lot of people are now starting to wake up. That's the good news. A lot of people, get a round of applause for everyone waking up right now, please. Give a round of applause to everyone who's waking up. And there's a lot of people, because you got to realize the time we're in right now. Tamara Falcon, you're most definitely appreciated. Thank you, Ralph, for all you do. You are a true blessing, peace, love, and happiness to everyone. Absolutely. You know, I'm here for all of you deep divers, all of you. You've got to remind yourself right now, more is going to be revealed, that we're not alone. Because like I told you, NASA already know. NASA already know what time it is. They already know we're not alone. They're just figuring out how to tell all of you. They didn't make films like Men in Black for no reason. They didn't make films like Independence Day for no reason. They're telling you through the films about what's going on. You're like, oh, it's just a movie. No, it's actually happening right now, deep divers. Everything in the movies is actually happening already. That's a slow motion. Slow motion. Everything in the movies is already happening right now. And this is the reason why you have to be excited that we're in a time right now where this is making its way into Congress. That, hey, non-human biologics have been discovered, all of these things. So like I said, you can say, okay, it's a distraction, it's not real. But like I told you, deep divers, I played you the video that Earth is a pale blue dot. You've got a super black hole, which is so much bigger than planet Earth. How can you not realize that life exists everywhere? Because there's levels upon levels. So it doesn't matter if some people are not telling the truth. You have to use your own mind to say, okay, are we the only ones? Do we know everything? Absolutely not. We don't know anything, because so much of what we've been taught has kept us blinded. Santizo715, you are appreciated. Appreciate your work and commitment. Hey. You are most definitely appreciated. So, like I told you, the reason why I went to see that film, Oppenheimer, is because I know they always put secrets in the movies. They always put secrets in the movies. Oppenheimer was the director of the Manhattan Project. The Manhattan Project. He went to Los Alamos in New Mexico to test out a nuclear bomb. But it was all under secret. It was all under wraps. No one knew about what was going on. The same thing is happening with these UFOs. Area 51. What happened in Roswell? We have to remind ourselves that there is so much happening, but you're not going to know the whole extent of it. Everything they're giving you is just a tiny, tiny bit. So you have to remind yourself, the true knowledge is never readily accessible or available. It's always secret. It's always a secret. But what this is just a little introduction, just to remind you, hey, we know they're here. That's all this is. But it's not really giving you the whole scoop of what's really going on. And that's the reason why you have to realize that there's so much more happening than you can even comprehend, than you can even imagine. And you have to remind yourself that we're in a time right now where a lot of people are starting to accept these ideas that actually there's things I don't know. I can learn more. they're starting to realize also that there are secret military experiments, underground bases. I told you. Go and watch the film Elysium. Matt Damon. Go and watch the film Elysium. Have you seen that film, Deep Divers? They're telling you exactly what's happening with the UFOs. You see, you got to remind yourself, there's 8 billion people on the planet. The whole of the population of this planet can fit inside of Texas. So it's not that Earth is not big enough. The problem lies is globalization, urbanization. Everyone is in the same space. In these cities, people are jam-packed. So you have to remind yourself, there are people on this planet who don't want so many people on the planet. They're trying to leave Earth. They're trying to go somewhere else. And that's the reason why they're spending billions of dollars on the Hubble telescope, on the Kepler telescope. They're trying to find another place to live. And that's the reason why you have to pay attention to what's happening, because they've already found it. And they want to turn this place into a prison while they go off and enjoy the good life. And that's the reason why you have to make this earth a heaven as much as possible. Because you see, a lot of them don't care about this place. They want to go and find other galaxies and other star systems and other planets. And that's the reason why they're investing so much. You saw Richard Branson, Virgin, going to space. Elon Musk, SpaceX. Why do you think they're talking about space so much? Can't you see? They're trying to get off here. They're trying to get away from this planet. They want to make it. And that's what the film Elysium showed. It showed how those with, I don't like to use the word elites. We are the elites. Slow motion. But those who really are governing this matrix, they really want to have it for themselves. They want to have another planet for themselves. They want to colonize, just like how they colonize every single country on the planet. They want to colonize Mars. They want to colonize the whole universe. That's what this is all about. It's about to say, okay, if we can find a planet that is so like Earth and we can go there first, we will become the richest people in the world. Can you imagine finding a planet like Earth all for yourself? That's the game these people are playing. They want to colonize the whole universe. That's the reason why they're trying to go and explore other places. Now, let's dive a bit deeper, deep divers. Shout out to everyone who's here. Hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. So, Stanley Kubrick made that film 2001 Space Odyssey. Now, Stanley Kubrick was a great director. He was such a great director, he was truthful. And that's what you need to be a great director. You have to be very truthful. You also have to create films which aren't just for entertainment, but also have a deeper meaning. So every film that Stanley created had a hidden meaning. Even The Shining, The Shining, Jack Nicholson, great film. Space Odyssey 2001 is a film you want to watch. He's showing you the evolution of human beings. And he's also showing you the future. Where is it? Where are they? They're in space, going somewhere else than Earth. This is what this is all about. This is still happening. It's still happening. Now, when you remind yourself that there is so much people don't know about, you've been told the Earth is just a round sphere. But have you gone outside to check? No, you haven't. So how can you think it's just a round sphere? My introduction is like a round sphere, right? A round globe. People say, Ralph, don't you know the earth is not a globe? I said, it's a cool intro. It's okay. Don't worry about it. The earth is not flat either. You have to start realizing that everything you know is not what is actually the truth of the situation. Until you have gone and found out for yourself, you can't trust anybody. Because no one can know unless they've seen it for themselves. This is the time you have to be on. This is the time you have to be on. Don't accept the earth is a globe. Don't accept the earth is flat. You have to find out for yourself. You have to be your own researcher. Because you see, part of humanity's devolution is just to accept. We accept these stories. Someone went to the moon. How do you know someone went to the moon? Do you even know what the moon is? So these are all questions you have to ask yourself. You see, I can take that question, that statement, we went to the moon. Okay, how come we haven't been back? Crickets. Right? People went to the moon. How come they haven't been back? Right? So when you remind yourself that you can't take everything as the truth unless you know it for yourself. Some people even say people haven't even gone to space. You see, because you've got to remind yourself, when a scientist was asked, they were asking this physicist, how come people haven't gone back to the moon, all of these things. They were talking about something called the Van Halen belt or something like that. It's like a force that's happened in the last few decades, which stops people from going, to a higher atmosphere. So there's an excuse for why we can't go back to space. So you've got to remind yourself, there's so much secrets. And this is the reason why we're in very interesting times, because the truth is coming out there. The truth is already out there. And you've got to remind yourself that, let's just say you have now realized that we're not alone. Everything you're doing is going to change everything you do. There's a reason why humanity was given stories. Because you see, you want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Nothing was a truer statement in any film. You want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Most people can't handle the truth that we've never been alone. They can't handle the truth that there's more to life. Ever had a friend who says, gosh, you're so deep. You're so deep. Where did that come from? Because people have been programmed to stay on the surface. And the reason why is because they're not ready for that truth. Gosh, that was so deep. All we're talking about is who we are. It's not deep at all. But when people say that's so deep, it shows you where people are. But you see, the good news is that a huge paradigm shift just occurred. And it's got everything to do with this. It's got everything to do with people like Ralph Smart, Billy Carson, Till Swan, 19 Keys, Max Egan, David Icke, all of these people coming out and sharing another perspective. That's what we're here to do. We're here to give alternative views about everything. And this is the reason why the whole game has changed, because we're in the information age. We're in a time right now where people are getting new downloads. People are getting new information. And it's changing how they see the whole of reality. Deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. Let's raise the frequency a bit. How you feeling today, deep divers? And as well, if you got any questions, any messages, let me know. Let's raise the frequency. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. So many deep divers here. We had to raise the frequency, deep divers. So like I said, emergency meeting, UFO whistleblower says non-human biologics. We aren't alone. This is a realization right now which is now seeping into the minds of billions of people. More people than ever are actually starting to question who they are. Have you noticed the shift, deep divers? Have you noticed people who are fast asleep starting to ask questions? The reason why is because there's a whole consciousness shift. There's a whole consciousness shift on the planet. Planet Earth has been on demon time for a long time. Planet Earth has been on demon time for a long time. Definite Skies, you're appreciated. Ralph fan since 2014. Maybe a little off topic. Maybe a little bit off topic, but I always wanted to ask you if pronouns and the Holy Trinity have anything to do with string theory. Absolutely. Great question. Great question. You got to remind yourself it's got everything to do with it, because everything is intertwined. String theory is all about you realizing electrons can be at two places at the same time. And the Trinity is all about past, present, and the future are all connected. And that's what string theory is telling you about. It's talking to you about that. Definite Skies, you got us diving deep into string theory, right? But you have to remind yourself, it's the people with the information. You can use this information for good, or you can use this information for control. And that's what this is all about. You see, there is technology around which is even more powerful than an atomic bomb, a hydrogen bomb. And you have to remind yourself, you also have this power to have access to it. Human beings have something called junk DNA, which is not junk DNA, but they are able to remote view, right? You have people who are remote viewers. They can actually astral project, and they can go to different locations all around the planet and see what's going on. This science has been kept from humanity for a long time, because if you activate it, you almost become like a god. Like that film Lucy. She was becoming a superhuman because she was activating the dormant DNA, that junk DNA, which is not junk DNA, and she was becoming superhuman. We're only using a tiny amount of our brain. Dolphins use more of their brain than us. So just imagine what would happen if you use 100% of your brain. Just imagine if you woke up with focus, knowing where you wanted to go. Just imagine if you meditated every single day. Do you know that Dr. Sarah Lazar of Harvard found out that 8 weeks, just 8 weeks of meditation literally gives you a whole new brain? She said it was so powerful, people were growing gray matter, reducing stress, increasing the hippocampus, which deals with emotional learning, cognition, all of these things. So there's a whole science about what we can do. You know, what if the so-called ETs are actually us? Slow motion. Slow motion. What if the ETs are actually us in our highest nature? And that's why I told you there's levels to this. You know, that video I played you of how there's levels upon levels. This one right here. So that is Earth right there. But look how tiny it is compared to a black hole. And that's the levels. Like I told you, there's levels to this, deep divers. There's levels to this. There's levels to this. So just imagine what we don't know about. Because there's always hidden information, secret information. There are also human beings on this planet who can do phenomenal things other people can't do because they have tapped into certain abilities within themselves. And this is the reason why this video is all about you ultimately becoming your greatest version. It's not about being distracted with, okay, what's happening with these UFOs. It's about realizing you've got a power inside of yourself which you have to activate. That should be in Congress right now, slow motion. You got a power inside of you that you need to activate. That should be in Congress right now, emergency meeting, right? But like I say, we're in times right now where things are really heating up. Because you see, when one person comes forward and speaks, it now allows someone else to do the same. You've seen films, E.T., all of these films. District 9, showing you an alien invasion. What if an alien invasion is on its way, deep divers? And what if it's not actually aliens inside? And that's what I said in that new video. What if they will use that to take away your freedoms? They will use that to have a new world order. Can't you see that this is going to be used for a new world order? This is the reason why you're hearing all of this talk about the UFOs. There are UFOs, absolutely. At the same time, nothing new under the sun. They've always been here. And they're not here to harm humanity. They're not here to hurt humanity. They're just wandering through the Milky Way galaxy. They don't really care about human beings because we're not that important. You know, human beings think that we're the be all and end all. Nothing could be further from the truth. Studio H, you're most definitely appreciated. I appreciate your powerful messages. How are the paradigm shifts on Earth aligning with the other beings of the universe? How are we connected? That's a great question. Great question. So, deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, deep divers, share the video. We just started. Studio H, I appreciate your powerful messages. How are the paradigm shifts on Earth aligning with the other beings of the universe? How are we connected? Everything is connected. And like I told you, you have malevolent entities. You also have benevolent entities, beings from different star systems who are helping humanity. They want to see humanity win. They want to see humanity find the truth. Just like in The Lord of the Rings, you had Gandalf, the good wizard. You had the other one who was the bad one. It's the same thing that's happening right now. You have a lot of people, even in Congress, who want to help humanity. You got people who are even in Congress who want to help humanity. Who are in parliaments, governments who want to help humanity. They're not all bad. You got some good people there. And they knew they had to go inside those institutions to change policy, to change people's lives. So don't think everyone who is in Congress has an evil plan for humanity. You actually have some people who are trying to expose things, who are trying to actually shed light on things. And this is the good news. I always say there are still good people on planet Earth. I will always know this and hold this dear to me. There are always people who are on the good side of humanity. Yes, you have people who are still out to trick humanity and deceive humanity, but you have a lot of good people right now who are working behind the scenes to really expose everything that's happening. And there is a paradigm shift on Earth. And it's happening because we're moving into a whole new age. You know, the Hopi talk of this as we're in the fourth age. I told you about the Kali Yuga cycle. In the Hindu text, the Sanskrit, they talk about we're in the age of hypocrisy. We're in the age of deceit, the age of distraction, the age of lower frequencies. That's the reason why the energy is toxic. The air is toxic. The oceans are polluted. Floods everywhere. At the same time, they also talk about how this cycle comes to an end and we return back to the golden age. And some people are already there. And everything is connected. Everything is now urging humanity to go to the next level. And this is a part of it. This is very important because having UFOs discussed in Congress hasn't happened before. Hasn't happened before like it's happening right now. Having the Pentagon confirm UFOs hasn't happened before like it's happening now. The reason why this is important is because it is removing the history of what you know. And now you're forced to think, to realize that there is so much that you don't know. So much that you've been kept in the dark about. So it's going to turn everything on its head. But you have to now have discernment to realize that, you see, what's also happening is you have so many of these UFOs being spotted everywhere that a lot of people in power in the matrix, they want to take control of the narrative. Who controls the narrative controls the perception of how people think. What if governments had no power? In actuality, these people had all the power. And this is what this is all about. You see, I always tell you, there are forces at work which are more powerful than any man, any woman. And you have to remind yourself of this, that there's levels upon levels. And when you know this, it just humbles you. It just humbles you. And you stop worshiping man. You start putting your trust, some call it God, in God, Allah, the universe, whatever name you want to call it. You start putting your trust in that. And that's what this is all about. It's about you realizing human beings are not the be all and end all. There is much more there's much more beyond us. And that's what this is all about. We have to remind ourselves, this is just the beginning. You're going to start to see more of these stories. But it's going to take bravery. It's going to take a lot of people being brave. It's going to take a lot of people finding the courage to speak up. And that's why I said, support people who are doing it. There are people who have been telling you this for decades, but you didn't listen. Now you're listening because it's in the mainstream. So we got to go back to those people and start listening again. What information did they have that they're not telling us? We're in a very powerful time right now. What does the world need now more than ever? It needs love. It needs peace. It needs harmony. and it needs no fear. What you have to pay attention to is that, listen very closely, these UAPs, these UFOs, have been observed since the dawn of time, and they've never hurt any human being. If there is a narrative out there that these UFOs are hostile, they want to kill human beings, that's the fake alien invasion, right? It's hard for human beings to understand, understand and overstand that there are life forms out there who don't actually want to hurt us. Can you imagine? Is it really that hard to believe that there are life forms out there who don't actually want to hurt human beings? It's because human beings have lived in such a state of war for so long, all they think of is destruction. But these UFOs aren't here to destroy human beings. They don't even care about human beings because they are on a whole nother level. We're not even important to them. It's humanity's ego that thinks because they've seen a UFO, it must be about them. No, it's not about them. They're just passing through. They would have stopped and said hi if they wanted to be here. But they said, hey, I'm going to leave you human beings to destroy yourself. We good. Right? So you got to remind yourself that if they wanted to reveal themselves, they would have revealed themselves a long time ago. But they don't feel the need to because they don't want to interfere with the chaos humanity has created. Human beings got themselves in this position. Human beings have to get themselves out of it. Russia and Ukraine, all of these things happening. It's got nothing to do with UFOs. It's got everything to do with humanity. So, if anything, we should be asking for help. We got to ask help to these UFOs. Like, help us. Like, I want the aliens to come and help humanity. But they're just flying away, deep divers. They don't want any part of it. They don't want any part of it. So we've got to remind ourselves that humanity needs help, and UFOs may not help them. We have to help ourselves. But we have to remind ourselves that greater information is revealed to us when we raise our frequency and vibration. You see, there are life forms in different planets, star systems, beyond our own, who are at such a state of peace and love, they're in a whole different dimension. They don't even understand what war is. They don't even understand what separation is. We have to strive to be better as humanity. And this is ultimately what this is about. Because you see, there's levels to this. And humanity has a long way to go, but it can get there. But we have to remind ourselves that everything you see happening right now with this talk of UFOs is all about reminding you you're a multi-dimensional being. Reality is not what it seems. You see, people laughed at Oppenheimer because you see, Oppenheimer came to the United States with quantum mechanics. People laughed at him. Now, what he did with his knowledge wasn't good, creating this atomic bomb and all of that, but he had knowledge that no one else had, which made him a great asset to the United States government. He had knowledge which no other scientist had at that time. He was prepared to take the risks. And in life, we have to do that. You got to remind yourself that before that point, people thought the world was solid. When quantum mechanics came around, quantum physics, we now realize Nothing is solid at all. Everything is vibrating wave particles and forms. So this is the next level. And it's the same thing with the UFOs, that you are going to be shown so many new discoveries that it's going to flip everything you think you know on its head. You're going to have to learn everything again. Everything again. And that's why it's such an exciting time. It's such an exciting time because, you see, Nikola Tesla, the Serbian scientist, said if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, let me shout out to Deep Divers. Hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. Peace, love. Shout out to you. Hi, me and my partner just gave birth to our baby Venus. Wait a second. Congratulations. And with our beliefs, we didn't want to go to the doctor after. Through CPS made us go. Is it illegal to not go to the doctor after having a baby? Peace and love. Shout out to you. What state are you in? Depends where you are on the planet. Some places it's illegal. You have to check with your local authorities. Some people, you can get a midwife, deliver the baby at home. Right? Check where you are. Sheila, Rios, you're most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you so much. Sheila Rios, Cosme, you are appreciated. This fantastic topic, you are so full of wisdom. I can connect with my higher self and see her in a different planet. Woo! That's amazing. That's amazing to hear. I'm happy for you, Sheila. I'm happy for you. So we got to remind ourselves that the Serbian scientist Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Energy, frequency, and vibration. And we've got to remind ourselves nothing has changed. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. You see, the secret is that there are cars that run on water. So you've got this whole push for electric cars, right? But there are cars which run on water, and that technology is being suppressed. You know why? Because it's no profit. You can have a car right now that can run on water. Eco-friendly everything. And you will never ever have to pay not even an electricity bill. Just put water inside it. It will go. Do you know that there is something called free energy? These are the secrets Nikola Tesla had, that they took all of his secrets. Until this day, you can have free energy. He wanted to give free energy to the whole world. When Edison came around and said, hey, the fluorescent light bulb, we can charge people through a meter. So it was more profitable to not have free energy than to have it. You're not supposed to be paying for electricity. It's all supposed to be free because Earth itself, you can use the electromagnetic grid from Earth to power anything. Energy is all around us. It can be utilized. There are watches which you just wind up, they start working. Wind up watch. You don't even need batteries. How is that possible? Free energy. So you have to really research Deep Divers free energy, because this will change everything you know about electricity and all of these things. You're like, oh my gosh. Yeah. In fact, there was a inventor in Africa who created a TV which wasn't connected to the mains. That's incredible. You can turn on the TV. You don't even need an adapter. You just switch it on. So when you remind yourself that there's a lot of technology which has been suppressed, and this is tying into the UFO story, because you see, once again, it's only in the last 100 years that humanity has made a jump in advances in technology. Where did this technology come from? That's the good question. Where did all of this technology come from? Because you see, once upon a time, human beings couldn't even read and write. There's a quantum leap in all of this technology. And a lot of people will tell you it came from our friends. Right? They actually gave humanity a tiny bit of technology. Because you see, the ETs, the UFOs, their technology is 1,000 years ahead of what we have right now. They can teleport. A lot of these UFOs that have been spotted, even in San Diego, they're not actually in the sky. They're dropping into the ocean. So these have been spotted by Navy commanders, people in the military all around the world. They don't even know how it's possible. So, like I say, we have to be aware and awake that there's levels to this. This is what this is all about, deep divers. It's all about finding out the secrets. You know, when you have people in Congress whistleblowing, that's a good thing, because it's forcing people to find out the secrets which have been hidden from us. You know, one thing you want to do is, if you buy something, find out how it works. That's one way to grow. How does this computer work? How does this mobile phone work? All of these things, because that's going to help you expand your mind. You know, a lot of people don't question things and wonder why they end up in a sorry state. You know, right now, the good news is that the shift is here. The good news is that it's in the mainstream. It's making headlines worldwide that we are not alone. At the same time, you have to be careful, because even revelations can be used for bad. They can be used for good. They can also be used for bad. You have many people expecting the second coming, someone to come down from the sky. That can be a hologram. They can have an alien invasion, which they create. And like I told you, if it's about fear, that's the fake alien invasion. If it's about fear, that's the fake alien invasion. If it's about love, that's the real one. That's slow motion. Drop a bomb. I said, if it's about fear, that's the fake alien invasion. If it's about love, that's the real one. Right? If it's about fear, that's the fake alien invasion. If it's about love, that's the real one. And this is what we have to keep in consideration. These UFOs aren't out to hurt you. They don't care about hurting humanity. It's not their nature to hurt humanity. So if they try and spin it like, oh my gosh, the UFOs are going to kill you and all of these things, then you know that's a big, big lie. UFOs aren't here to hurt you. Aliens aren't here to hurt you. They're here to help you, if anything. So you got to remind yourself that this story can be used to create fear in people. There's nothing scary about UFOs. Let me repeat that. There's nothing scary about UFOs. There's nothing scary about UFOs. Do you agree, deep divers? Or are you scared of UFOs, by the way? Are you scared of UFOs? Are you scared of other life forms? I'm excited. In fact, I'm like, it's about time. It's about time, right? Because we've got to remind ourselves we can learn. We can learn from these highly advanced beings. Let me shout out to the Astral Chef. Shout out to you. Grateful, Ralph, to catch up. You're live on this powerful nature walk. Let me see. Grateful, Ralph, to catch up. You're live on this powerful nature walk, sending a message to the universe that we will unsuppress knowledge of free energy and the truth about quantum leaps. Peace, love to all. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it's all about. You know, we're supposed to remind ourselves that we're in a world, we're in a universe where anything is possible. Anything is possible, and we can do anything. And this is the kind of mindset we need. Not a mindset of fear, but a mindset of realizing that it's good that more of this gets exposed, and it's good that we start to realize we aren't the only ones. We've never been the only ones. And like I said, it's going to make people come together. Who knows? Maybe the aliens said, maybe that's the only way humanity can actually come together. If they have a common enemy, then they can have a common unity. That's a slow motion. That's a slow motion. If they have a common so-called enemy, they can have a common unity. Because let's just say that humanity has no choice but to come together. That would be a good thing. That could actually solve all wars. Let's just say there was a force out there in the universe trying to attack humanity. Russia and Ukraine is going to have to unite right now. Palestine and Israel is going to have to unite right now. Kosovo and Serbia is going to have to unite right now, right? So people are going to have to come together. So we're in powerful times right now because things are being revealed. Things are being exposed. And this is also a lesson to speak your truth. Let me shout out to Spirituality, Celebrities, and Spells. Shout out to you, Ralph. You prophesized last year this would happen and other intelligent life forms going mainstream. Slow motion. Absolutely. Ralph, you prophesized last year this would happen about other intelligent life forms going mainstream. I told you, deep divers, last year, let's talk about it, that they are going to start to get this stuff mainstream. UFOs, aliens, and it's only going to grow more. Mark my words, next year, you're gonna hear talk about contact. The aliens are gonna reveal themselves next year. The so-called non-human biologics, you're gonna see who they really are. Now it's gonna get juicy, deep divers. Cat down the road pulling up, got his popcorn. It's gonna be a movie. Right? So like I say, deep divers, we're in truly powerful times. I want to keep this. Let me shout out to Peace and Love. Thank you, Ralph, for all the clarity. Venus is healthy and happy. She's 1 month young. It's so cool to be a young parent, especially with this knowing we both love to paint and create art out of metal and anything really. This is where we put our energy. That's wonderful. And that's what it's all about, deep divers. Where are you putting your energy? Where are you putting your energy? I'm not putting my energy into fear. I'm putting my energy into love. And I'm not putting my energy into UFOs being bad. I'm putting my energy into life forms everywhere. And there are many, many advanced life forms who don't even know what war is. They don't even act in war. They act in peace. They act in higher frequencies and vibrations. That's the level we got to be on. They're an inspiration to me. In fact, humanity can learn a thing or two from the UFOs. Maybe the UFOs can teach them peace, love, and harmony. Perhaps that will be a great thing, right? We should thank the UFOs. Can we get a round of applause for the UFOs, please? Beautiful deep divers. Hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. Like I said, I want to remind you, there's nothing to be afraid of. Once again, the fake alien invasion is fear-based. The real UFO contact is love-based, right? And that's how you know. That's if you start to see in the next few months that this is all about fear, then you know they're about to stage a fake alien invasion. But if it's about peace, harmony, then you know it's real. So we got to remind ourselves of this every single day. Deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, deep divers, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. And I want to say a thank you to everyone who's been here, because I put out that video today. It got over 20,000 views in 3 hours. It went viral on this same topic, but it's a shorter version, right? 29 minutes is not really that short, Ralph. Well, it's short enough, deep divers, right? But it just showed how many people are really interested in this topic. So like I say, I want to thank everyone who's been here. Let me give you all a round of applause. Here to remind all of you deep divers, you are appreciated. You are most definitely part of the great change that's happening. You can be the change you wish to see in the world. You can be the change that you wish to see in the world. Deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Hit that like button, share the video. Let's raise the frequency. People said, gosh, Ralph, what was that song you played in the beginning? I'm like, what was that song again? That song was kind of hard, kind of crazy. Let's play it again. Oh, we're going to play it in a second. Rewind. Let's rewind. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. I want to say a big thank you to K Poppy. Thanks, Ralph. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, K Poppy. So once again, deep divers, hit that like button, share the video. Listen to this song. Let's raise the frequency. I heard this song. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
dark skies pronounce your warning. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Hold on, the floor is caving. Your walls turn into cages. Your refuge will be your demise. Dances with the devil. Your power isn't special. We don't fit on your canvas. We burn it all to ashes now. 'Cause we are the outlaws.
Yeah, you've been dancing with the devil. Be careful who you gunning for, cause when it settles, it's only pain and grief when you living lawless. We only chase it if the chance of profit's flawless. We keep our eyes on the weak, they know that they targets. Hunting for goodwill, we ain't looking for bargains. And you should say a prayer, ain't nobody praying for you. Cause if I want it, then it's mine, that's what I'm saying to you. If you faint hearted, you better leave. You try and cross me, then you dead to me. Cause I'm in the business of making enemies. And there's a good chance that you may never leave. You feeling comfortable, you should never be. Cause I'm bringing pain if we should ever meet. Tonight you should really find a lifeline. Outlaws come alive in the nighttime.
Deep divers, I love all of you. Shout out to everyone who's here. Let's raise the frequency. Once again, don't be afraid of the UFOs. Welcome them. Humanity needs UFOs. It needs help from aliens, deep divers. Once again, deep divers, peace, love, and harmony. Hit that like button, share the video. Highest truth, much love to you. Serene Grace, shout out to you. Shout out to everyone who's been here rocking. Once again, deep divers, peace, love, and harmony. One love.
There's a call on humanity right now, and it's serious business. All around the world, you can feel it. The ascension is happening. The shift is kicking in. The conscious is getting higher and higher. You can feel the godliness. You can feel the power within. It's that time. Divine intervention. Divine intervention. A call for humanity to rise up to its power. Your power. Your power. Just rise up to your power. Just rise up to your power. To your power. 5D mind state. It's all about love. It's all about the people. It's all about you. It's all about me. It's all about we. And together, unity. And together.